Welcome back to Silver Run on Farming Simulator 22 Platinum Edition, Episode 2. Let's see what I can do wrong today. With me, MrSealyp. Thank you for everyone's comments, everyone's responses and replies from the last episode. I want to shout out to Stuart and Stephen and Rob. And so many other people have all commented to say different things. When you own the sawmill, bringing stuff down here, it kind of automatically just goes, boom, pops away, goes up the ramp and off it goes. As you've already seen, down at the other sawmill, I don't know what was wrong before. I sold all of that Deadwood, completed the contract, sold the Deadwood, I got, was it $24 for all of that? When it's saying the price is 1,500 and something for 1,000. So again, we're in that situation where I'm starting to think, okay, because it's a Deadwood contract, because it's Deadwood, because it's not needed, it's being cleared, it's not worth as much because but it's still lumber. It still has a literage. For that to be artificially set low because it's Deadwood is ridiculous. I get it if it was rotten and it was, you can't do anything with it. So yeah, if you own the sawmill and you bring it here, it just kind of automatically goes. What I didn't even consider was the fact if you don't own the sawmill, you have to do the sell wood, don't you? Of course you do. I was bringing down thinking, why is it just not taking it? Schoolboy error. So if we come up to here, and this will be the same. I'm terrified now. I've got all that on there. $18. So after what I said on the contract videos and what I was, hoping for now, unless that gets changed, it is pointless. All that work and all that effort, 1,800 for clearing all those trees, 12 trees, dragging them out, cutting them up, putting them onto a trailer, no point. Might as well just whiz around, cut them down, take the money. So when it says you can take them, I think we've got another one available here. I know I'm salty. In this area is a problem with Deadwood. Help the owner and cut down all the dead trees. Each tree is already marked. You can sell them afterwards. Yes, technically that's true. You'll get nothing for them, but you can sell them. So, with the benefit of hindsight, as you can see, we're lucky enough that the tree transport job for Jimmy Caldwell, he was happy to reinstate it for us. What I'm going to do now is consider my options greatly. I may just sell the John Deere now. I'm not going to go mad. I think I'm going to sell this as well. I love it. It sounds great. It struggles. It's not particularly fast. It's a pity because, like I say, it's great. If we're getting around the map as well, it takes absolutely ages. So I'm thinking of replacing this and just getting a log trailer, which I can pull with Landy. That's not a problem. I was hoping I could put a front loader onto the Volvo, but I can't. It doesn't take a front loader. So I need to get... That's what I'm going to get. I'm going to get a log trailer. Oh, do I want to get a harvester? Thinking then, so I just bite the bullet and get a hot. No, I should really earn it. But where's the sell point here? It's over here, isn't it? I think. So I bought it with me. It's the only thing I bought with me. But even now I'm thinking I should really work my way up. I should sell lumber. I should sell a load of logs. But then, using this bit of equipment, it will take me forever. I could borrow some money from the bank, but then if I've got it sitting there, it seems a bit churlish. So like I say, I'm not going to go mad with it. We want that on. New area, I'm not used to local customs. I thought it was here. Oh. What will I get for this though? That's the question. 26,000. That's enough to get a log trailer. I know what I'll do. Let's sell that. Let's go to... There it is. 3,800. The trusty bit of kit. Why wouldn't we? Let's match that to the Landy. Just because I can. I don't know why I would, but... leave that as it is. 4,000. Buy. Now... I'm hoping this is going to work. Where are we? Teleskid. Chunkier tyres. Let's go with beacons. Don't want a number plate on it. Turn that off. Let's lease it. I can do it if I did hours work with it. Even if I just go and do that log contract, bring the logs back, assuming of course that'll pick it up. Hang on. So you got a rear trailer hitch? Oh, it hasn't, has it? Is that going to have enough weight on it to lift up a 5-metre log? We're about to find out. And then... So we have got that. See, I would use that over a log fork any day. But then to be fair, the brush fork's not much different. And then what have we got CSZ wise? Oh, right, okay. Multi-purpose fork, monoblock. Maybe that would be better. It looks wider as well. That looks like it's got teeth inside of it. Is that one? How much is that? Yep, let's do that. The downside is this doesn't go much faster than the other thing. Fingers crossed, then when we've built up enough money, we'll buy one of these. Providing, of course, it will pick up the weight. So now, do I drive this out and put it on a low loader? Let's go up and get the Land Rover. Right, I'm going to see you in a minute. Let's go over and do that log contract. I'm going to come back to my plot of land and we're going to start cutting down some trees. I think I'm going to start off... I'm going to carry on doing it manually. I'm just going to cut down some trees. Using this will be a lot quicker, so I can load them up a lot faster. Again, provided I can lift 5-metre logs. I'll stick with 5-metre ones. We'll sell some regular lumber and hopefully make a bit of money. What I want to do is make enough money to buy one of these outright. So I'm not leasing it, I'll buy one. Then we'll go from there. So this is going to be another one of those ones I think where I'm going to have to do a bit of logging off camera. When I say a bit of logging, a fair bit of logging. I'm also considering, do I buy myself a shipping container and load the shipping container up? Potentially. I'm not going to need the Volvo for this particular job. Just something thought actually. I don't think I suppose the other thing I could do is, hang on, let's have a look at low loaders. Because what have we got available? Yeah, that was 5,500. The rest of them are a bit spicy on the old price. That doesn't have a rear trailer hitch, does it? No. Does my one? It does. Ah, this could work. This could work. Land Rover, low loader. Skids the loader on that. Or I could just load the logs onto that, I suppose, and then maybe the log trailer will hook on behind it. It's got to be worth a try, hasn't it? Where is it? This trailer is absolutely huge on the back of this. I did wonder whether the scale was off on one of these, but it seems to be about right. Plan B. Let's try this, shall we? It's funny because someone messaged me a while ago and said they'd just sold a load of lumber and only got $28 or something, and I was like, that can't be right. That doesn't sound right at all. But maybe it is. Assuming that was the Deadwood stuff. If I only get $28 when I sell regular lumber, I'm going to cry. Look at the size of this. That'll do. So try. Right. See you up there. We got here almost without a hitch. I had to zigzag a little bit up one of the hills, the steep one off the main kind of highway, but this did hook up. Great thing is, heading backwards and forwards with logs, I'll just take the landy, and then when we need to leave, then I can come back and we'll grab this. The landy would be far quicker going to and from. So what I need to do now is just get a log trailer. Lamps down the back, straps it off, disconnect that one. I think I might need to move the log trailer. What I want to do is go off into the wilderness in the landy. Have a bit of a scour around looking for stuff. It's only because if I did the collectibles, that could boost my money a little bit, couldn't it? If I find any of the collectibles, I never went up. There's a ladder around behind the fire station, and I did look at that and think, oh, I wonder. You know, I'm always curious when you see a ladder up on the side of a building, especially when there's a map with collectibles. You think, oh, I don't know. What I want to do now is probably turn this round. The good thing is the logs on these are pretty much all even. Stick it like that for the time being. Lights off. Moment of truth, will this pick up 5 metre log? If it doesn't, I've wasted a bit of money. I'm also in trouble. It means I might need to leave something bigger, but got to make sure I don't damage any of the logs. We don't want to take a hit on this. I suppose shoving beacons on. It's a bit much, but fingers crossed, please work. Oh, you beauty. You little beauty. This is going to be so much quicker and easier than doing it with the other one. Probably do. Extend that a little bit. Beautiful teleskid. Why is that not got it caught? It is actually, that is quite a wide grab. Now, I've said this before, one of the reasons I've always, until the big bag handlers and stuff came out, that I used to use a manure fork was because often the grabs, and I've said this so many times, if you're new to my channel you might not know this, but if you've been watching in a while, you've heard me say so many times. A lot of the log grabs, if we go to here, for example, the telehandler, where are we? So that log grab there, 2 at the bottom, 1 at the top. Some of the log grabs have 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top. but there's a tendency for the logs to twist in those. I think some of the ones now from CSZ packs and stuff like that have got really good claws and grabs and various different things. But using a manure fork like that, because it's much wider, you can grab a log, especially the larger logs, and in smaller logs you can get 2 or 3 in it, and it's a more stable platform. The logs don't tend to twist. It's one of the reasons I've often done it. And the great thing about this being, like I say, rather than using the other crane, which took a bit of time, you know, I knew it was going to. Close around it, there we go. This is still going to take time, just not as much time as the other one did. I've taken on the other delivery one because I'm just thinking if this, well, it was a gamble, because I thought if this works, and it works well, I should be able to knock out log delivery contracts fairly quickly. Depends how many logs I've got to do. I'm going to definitely have to do a couple of trips, I think, with this. If I can load it right up, hopefully the Land Rover will pull it out, but set lights on so we can see what we're doing. One from beneath first. Come on. Maybe one from above. So I don't want to damage him, so... Come on. Gently does it. Whoa. Don't go anywhere, stay there, thank you. And when you get to a point where you've got the big Volvo wheel loaders, or any big wheel loaders, or big bag handlers and those kind of things, you can then load these even quicker. But I think for the time being, the fact they're 5 metre logs, this trailer is absolutely perfect for that as well. Let's go! I will see you in a little while. We'll get more of these loaded up, we'll take the first load down, get it sold. I want to at least finish off on here today. Either going to the mine, I might do it in the next episode actually, we'll get some ore delivered. But what I want to do is get a load of logs from my own site done and sell a load. I'm curious to see this trailer full of logs from my own site. If I sell a load and I only get $28, like I say, that might be the point to quit. Go back to Griffin. It shouldn't be the case, but you never know. Now, do I try and get these to lay on top of each other, or alternate? If I get them on top of each other, not alternate, I could get more on. I'm not going to lie, this worked perfectly. couple of things I'm going to change, things to note. One, log contracts, delivery ones of logs, that is. Anything over 10, I'm going to buy a second log trailer, because I think the log trailer has a rear trailer hitch, if I'm not mistaken. So I can hook 2 of these together, which means I can do a whole log contract in one delivery. 2, I'm glad I didn't sell the John Deere 600 and whatever it is horsepower. The Land Rover, pulling this low loader and a log trailer, struggled a little bit on inclines. If I've got 2 log trailers, if I'm going to try and do a log delivery in one hit, it's not going to be able to do it, I don't think. It's very hilly out there, and much as I love Land Rovers, it's not going to be able to do it. So I can do it with the John Deere, which is great. Also, low loader, I'm going to keep my eye out for a smaller low loader, narrower, shorter, putting the skid steer loader on, that's got a rear trailer hitch. Until I get a log trailer for a lorry, running 2 of these will work perfectly. Absolutely no problem at all. Skid steer loader is an absolute, I'm buying one, just hands down, no problem at all. I'm getting one of those when I've got enough money to, that is. So there's a few things I want to change, but this will be the rig, I think. This will be what will run to get us going. So like I say, I came so close to selling the John Deere, and then I need the horsepower. It's not the fastest thing. This can get around the map a lot quicker. So if you're delivering logs, if I've got a delivery where I've only got 10 or under, or I could do 2 separate runs, take 2 trailers out, load them both up, whiz backwards and forwards with the Land Rover, job done. The second one I've taken on is right out here, but we're going to go back to the main logging area, our logging area. I'm going to clear some of our trees, and we're going to sell a load to see if by the end of the episode I can get enough money to buy our teleskid. That's the plan. Possibly the second trailer as well. Maybe I should do that now. I need to see if I can, anywhere that can supply me with a smaller one, not one of these, you know what I mean, a smaller low loader. Anyway, that being said, this should complete the contract, hopefully. Transport completed. Plus $12 sold wood. It's very weird. I don't know. Like I say, time will tell whether or not lumber is paying out. Maybe it's just contract lumber. Maybe any lumber you do for contracts doesn't. I don't know. Let's collect on that. Rock removal. Great thing with the rock removal as well is if we've got a skid steer loader like this that we're using to load logs, we can get the hydraulic crusher thing and use it on the skid steer loader. So I can do the same thing out on the low loader, whiz out to wherever I'm going. I can do that just with the Land Rover and low loader. Clear the logs, clear the piles of rocks, and off we go. Get paid, job done. So we'll do one of those as well at some point. So what we're going to do is head back. We're going to cut some trees. We're going to do a full load on the trailer and take it to wherever the best price is at the moment. I think that's still going to be up at the old sawmill, I think, and see if we can't get a bit better price. I'll do the other log delivery off camera. I'm hoping those pop up quite regularly because it's a nice little earner. And when you think about how long it took me to load 2 log trailers using the skid steer loader rather than using the crane on the back of the Volvo, that's a nice step forward, that. Well, at least I can at least go and talk to them about it. The other thing is, I'm going to get a second one of those trailers. I'm going to do it now. Sale, is it? Yeah, that one's 40 grand. Cheap but cheerful. Let's do it. Nice, I'm going to take those first, trying to hook up the third one of those when they're all swivel axle. And I'll probably keep the 2 log trailers connected all the time then. Hang on, just double check this. I've got a rear. Just bought one. I'm sure I doubled these up when we did Western Wilds. This can stay on the lower deck. I've got to take this up to the top section because I'm going to start cutting some trees down here. I am a bit worried. I think it's brochure tile. Oh, hang on. There may be something that we can use. Let's get the skids loaded off first. Take that back to the sell point, just in case. It did the job. I don't know if there's going to be one that's as cheap. That's the only problem, because it is a good price there. Because there are so many available in all different categories and all different. I just want a nice, straightforward. Not the only reason I went for this was because I was transporting the John Deere, and it was a big old beast. Turn those around. Let's get my first tree down, and then we'll worry about this. That's a Deadwood, so I'm wondering now. Let's do this one. I need to get my 5 metre measuring stick. Actually, I might be better off doing one of the smaller ones first and get our 5 metre out of it. I need to have a look at the cable yarders as well. The trail one. Not trail one, the 3-point one. Right, how long is that? 10 metres, 10.1, so I need to cut that pretty much in the middle. That's going to be difficult to judge. Well, I'm going to go one way or the other, either way, aren't I? Should we try that? See what we end up with. That one is... no way. 5 and 5.2. Can I lift that one? No, that's interesting. But that one I can. Hang on a minute. There we go. I wonder why I can... Okay, that's my measuring stick. Bang on 5 metres. Yeah, baby! Legend. Legend! Right. I'll drop it there. Oh, it's big. It's big. I'm not allowed. It's outrageous. So, more of the same from yesterday. Measuring stick until I got the money to buy my tree harvester. This is what we're going to be doing. About there will do the job. And these look a bit bigger and a little bit heavier, but I'm assuming the teleskid should be right with these. We will see, won't we? Join is there. Doesn't have to be spot on, but fairly close will be advantageous. There is. Wasn't a particularly straight cut, was it? Let's be honest. Okay then, we have cleared a few trees from here, not a huge amount. Bearing in mind we've got all the way around the side of there, we've got another plot over there, we've done a few. We've got a few left. I haven't done the dead standing. I'm just, I've been reliably informed the dead standing is not worth anything. It would just be wood chipped, or so potentially dead standing stuff might be a better idea. If I do those contracts moving forward, the dead standing, keep the lumber, but wood chip it rather than sell it, maybe. I don't know. That'll be something to test out. The teleskid has been perfect, so I've still got some more logs here, but I have gone full overload, and I did bring down the John Deere. We've got a bit more oomph. We've got 2 log trailers now. I've been on the phone to the sawmill after the debacle with the Deadwood. Say debacle, I mean, it's the way it is. We've worked out a deal whereby we will give it to them. They will give us a price. If we're not happy with the price, we can take it away with us again. That's the plan. And we can take it somewhere else if we want to. Because, I mean, I don't know, we should be alright. We got 2, I mean, they are overloaded, like I say. I put quite a bit on here. I don't know what they're going to be worth, really. It's all a learning curve. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's enough for us to get our own skid steer loader and trailer. Now I am going to sell the one that we've got here. We'll do that on the way past, because the one that I've found, it's the 50 foot. I'm not getting the 50 foot. It's a 50 foot trailer, We'll have a look when we come to buy it. But you can get it in different lengths, and I'm going to get the 20-foot one. But I'm going to change round the way it pulls. I need the ramps to put the teleskid on, but it doesn't have a rear trailer hitch like this one does, which was kind of handy with this one. So what I'm going to do, I will run it. What are we on now? Plan C? Plan D? I don't know. I will run the 2 log trailers, and then I'll have the flatbed low loader on the back with the teleskid on it, and we'll probably carry on using this to haul it all about because of the mighty oomph of the John Deere. That is the plan, at least for the moment. It could all change, of course it could. Just need to make sure I take time, don't turn too sharply, fingers crossed on the selling. Come on, word must have got around about the 2 log trailers and a big John Deere. Would you really put that in front of me? I don't think so. Oh man, I'm so nervous that this could just be the disaster. We are going to do shipping containers at some point. We'll try everything. Of course we will. Filling those up and loading them. Like I say, as we go through this, I want to try everything, you know. It's that kind of, hey, let's go. A bit of jostling of logs there. Can I get both of these trailers in? Like I say, they'll give us a price. They have what are called, is it log sorters? The guys that come out, and they do that. They'll go to the landings with the places where all the logs have been kind of placed, and they'll come out and price up what you've got, what it's worth, that kind of thing. So maybe that's what we're going to do. So fingers crossed. Okay, it wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be, but 34,122. I say it's not as good as I thought. It's not as good as I hoped it would be. It's more than I thought it was going to be. Let's say that. Yeah, I thought it was going to be horrendous, and that we would get, yeah, it would be an absolute disaster. I might try the next load I do up at the old sawmill in the mill pond, maybe. Right, beacons off. But it does mean we haven't quite got enough, have we? I've got enough to... Just thinking, shall I load those last few logs on? There won't be a lot on there. Will it be enough to get what I need to do? I need to get the low loader that I want to get, but that's going to be about 12 grand. That's going to take me down to 52. And I need 58 to buy the skid steer loader, don't I? I think it was 58. That was without any changes, alterations. So yeah, I just want to make sure I've got enough to get those 2 things. Then I'm going to go up, collect those logs. So I've still got a log contract. What I will do is when we get back to our log loading point, I will check to see if there's any other contracts come up for log collection. If not, I'll just carry on doing a bit of logging at our place. 34 grand, I mean, yeah, it's okay. It's not monumental, but then the price here isn't that great. The price is better at the container warehouse and on the train, but then the better prices will come with better equipment. When I've got containers and trailers and things to load them with, big wheel loaders and things like that, then we'll be getting better prices. For the time being, I say it's going to be a slog. Doing it this way is still nowhere near the slog it was doing it with the little Volvo. So, you know what, I'm actually pleasantly surprised with that. Or I suppose what I could do is go to there, farmland, tree transport, another one there for 19 trees. I'm going to accept that one. If I did both of those, that will give me enough. Or one of those, or whatever. Yeah, maybe both. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the Land Rover and whiz over and grab the loader I want to get, the low loader. I'll do the 10 grand one of those because I can do that all in one delivery this time, can't I? Because last time I did it in 2 halves. And take everything up with me. It's not the same location, is it? It can't be the same location, can it? Oh no, it's down here. That's all right. That's a lot closer. Did I do a log collection from there? I was over here, wasn't I? Where was I? Here. Still got that one up there for 6 grand. Got to find that. I'll bring those logs back. Yeah. So what we want to do is, I'll show you what I mean. If we go down to here, if I go to, now there are tons of trailer options, low loader options, all sorts of stuff. This is just going to be the one that's going to work for me, I think. This one here, 50-foot gooseneck transport trailer. So it starts off at 20 foot. I want it in a standard configuration. I'm going to go for trip wheels. We're going to leave it on that wheel setup. I'm going to have it on ramps at the back because I want to be able to put the low loader on it. Mudguards leave the same, floor panels leave the same, attacher, bumper pull. And the bumper pull on this one, rather than being a ball hitch, is a pin hitch. That's why it will hook up to the back of the log trailers. Extras, I thought about log poles or extensions we could go for. But if I went for log poles, which takes up to 12 grand, I could then load logs onto that as well if I wanted to. But that's something I could do later on. I don't need them on there at the moment, in all honesty. So I could get it for 9,500. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that. Length 20. Main colour, I think I'm going to go stainless steel. Design colour, leave it the same. Rim colour, leave it the same. And I don't want a license plate on there because that's the Land Rover one. Buy that for 9,500. That's not a bad price. We'll just hook up to it now, but it doesn't. Oh, it does, it's alright. Not perfect, but it's not going to hook up to this. It's going to hook up to the back of the log trailers. I think what we'll do, on the way through to do that contract, I'm going to take those last few logs in one of the log trailers. And then we'll do that delivery, and then we'll end the episode buying our own skid steer loader. That's what we'll do. It's going to be quite the log train behind us, but just put that in there. Okay. Disconnect, park that up. Now there's no way I'm going to be able to reverse 2 of these because I'm not that good. I mean, I could jam it. Should we try? That's what we could do, actually. It's a bit naughty, but let's do that. Depends how you want to look at it. That was very Waluigi kind of, you know. It's my trailer, I bought it. Give it a little nudge. Try that. Do-do-do-do-do-do. We are hooked up. And then we want to go... Is it that one? When we're ready to put it on, so the whole lot will go on the back of this, 2 log trailers and the skid steer loader. Bosh! 10 ninja from that. So I will see you now, probably when we're on the way back down, with the double load of logs. We'll do the 10,000 one. We're on 55 grand. I need 58. It will wipe us out again, but then we're in a much better position then to move forward with logging. We're kind of at a point now. I think we're
affecting what we're doing, he says. That worked perfectly before. So as soon as I turn the cameras on, everything goes peaks on. There we go. Lovely. Actually, selling these, I might have enough. We'll see. If I do, then the other bits I'll do off camera maybe, but I don't think I'm going to get £3 for these, but you never know. I need to go up there to do those contracts anyway. So. We will have certainly made a lot more progress than we did in episode 1. Next episode, I'm thinking along the lines of we'll get some ore and we'll get some of that underway. If I can do some more logging, maybe we can get ourselves a trailer. I've got trailers, I mean like a dump trailer, something like that, rather than log trailers, and we can move some more around. But I might start off, just like I said, just doing the first couple of loads using the gear that's up there. I don't know how much ore there's going to be up there, but we'll take whatever we've got. We can get some metal going. It's not really £3 worth. I've only got 30 something grand for the entire 2 log trailers. There's no way it's going to be that much for this, is it? Loving life. Now, do I get greedy and cut another tree? Knowing me, probably. I have my convoy of joy. We're so happy now with everything we've got. I've got the low loader on the back. I have already dropped off the skid steer loader in anticipation of having enough money. I did cut down another tree and it was a proper big one, and there's some proper chunky logs on there. So we'll sell this. I need it to go beyond 60 grand because with the bits and bobs I need, it's going to be 59. I have put the monoblock claw from the CSZ pack to one side. If I haven't got enough, I'll keep hold of that because it was only 136 or something like that to rent. If I have got enough, then I'll buy that as well, and then what I'll do is I'll head up and we'll sort out one of those log delivery contracts. So this will be my log delivery contract setup, but there's actually nothing to stop me taking this setup. Actually, I'm probably in the way of the dilemma here. Just realised. Maybe we can get to it. With the skid steer loader on, if I need to rock braking, I can have the rock breaker attachment and have that on there as well. So it just gives me a few more options. Like I say, I think I might try the Deadwood. My concern at the moment, not concern, but I said about this as my collateral, and I said I needed some horsepower to pull this entire train. I want to buy the sawmill. That's going to be my. So I'm going to do the sawmill, the old sawmill, before the boatyard because I need to do stuff at the old sawmill first. That's 250 grand to buy that. If I get that for this and a bit extra, what I need to buy is get myself a lorry with a rear trailer hitch. Or if I can find, I'm trying to think if I can find a really high horsepower tractor that would have the same oomph for sort of cheap-ish money. A lorry would make more sense because there's more money tied up in that. And if I could swap that out, I don't know, I'm just thinking, can I do that? Where's the trigger? It's just here somewhere, isn't it? Oh, I just did straps then, didn't I? I've lost it. Am I parked right over it? But here am I? Right, what to do? Let's go round again. I'll just get the log trailer in the sell point this time. That'll do. So I parked over it here somewhere, isn't it? Oh, 7598. We're up to 62948. Is that going to be enough? If it is, it will clean me out, but it does mean I'll own the gear I'm going to be using, because all of this is now mine. And what we can do is, well, I've got 2 contracts waiting to deliver logs, and that's going to pay out 16 grand, I think, something like that. Times 10,000 something, 6,000 something. Let's head down to the store. Let's see if we can't sort ourselves out a telly skid. And I'm going to head up and crack on. And then I'll probably see you, I think I'm on 2-day months actually, so we'll probably see you August 2, unless it's not set right. So we might go into September, then we might go September 1, September 2. But regardless, I'll see you the next day. Like I said, mining, we're going to go and get some ore. And we'll gradually kind of work our way up with equipment. You know what I'm like for doing stuff off camera, you know what I'm like for putting in loads of hours. At 34 grand for each load of lumber. Yeah, it's going to be time consuming. That's the thing, isn't it? It's going to take a while. And if we can build up a bit of a head of steam, we can get going, can't we? I'm actually very pleased with the progress we've made. It's where we needed to be at. So what I need to do is, am I on the rear one? Rear one. Ramps down. Let's go and sort this out, shall we? Let's buy one. Skid steer loader. Teleskid. Wide tyres. Keep everything nice and clean. Design. Do I want forestry grids? Do I want to go full Mad Max on this? And that does add a bit more on. That's the same problem, isn't it? The other one I had didn't have it. I'll leave it like that for the time being. I want it with beacons. So that's 59.3. Because I went for the wide tyres. Don't want the license plate on there. Let's buy that. That leaves me 3,648. Have I got enough? I can't remember what it was because I leased it, didn't I? We want skid steer loader tools, CSZ. And it was that one, wasn't it? Oh, 1,100. I thought, for some reason, I thought it was like 3,000-4,000. Oh, yeah. Look, we're laughing, aren't we? I didn't want that one because it had teeth on the inside. That's the one I want. God, we did wear the metal off, wear the paint off that one really quickly, didn't we? Buy it. Look at that. We're still balling. 1,048 in the bank. Happy days. This could go back. I don't have to worry about hourly fees now. Just the amount of hours I'm going to be putting on it is going to be just repair bills. And if I decide I want to do forestry grid and put stuff on it at some point, I can. Where are we here? That can be returned. Returned. And I have to say, even those really big chunky logs that I put in just now from the really wide trees, this picked up no problem at all. I didn't have any problem with it tipping forward. I thought it might topple a little bit, but it didn't. There was no worries at all. I've now got to find a route. Also, what I'm thinking is, because I can put, mind you, this actually is a little bit wide, isn't it? Because I can put the log sides on this if I want to. The log supports. Hang on. More like that. I should do Those are all good. God, it does go back a long way, doesn't it? So, where are we off to? It's over here somewhere, wasn't it? Got to look at the route. If I go... That's off that main highway. Oh, that's where we did the Deadwood contract, isn't it? It's going to be a little bit tricky here. Which route do I go? I might just go that way. Yeah, I'm going to go that way. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. So, that's it for this episode. Episode 2. Plan B, C, probably D. Are we on to E now? Probably. Plan A was an absolute bust. That just did, you know, it is what it is. Like I say, I think most of the problem behind that was because I'd done stuff off camera testing, and because I'd bought the various different production things off camera to test things out, it wasn't reacting the same way. Not as I expected. Well, the old sawmill especially, and then this one down here, I've referred to having brain farts before. That I don't know what happened. I just why I didn't press the sell wood button. I'm sure I bought the lorry over and it just took it, but that was probably the old sawmill at the top of the mill pond. I was mixing the two up in my head, so it just went a bit let's say awry. We'll say that for the time being. No, I've got my Volvo gear on, and I don't have a Volvo. I've got a... What I do? No, I sold... Oh, I've got my Volvo tractor on it. I sold the little forwarder. So I'm alright, I can wear it, but I really do want to build up to getting a big old wheel loader, the log grab, so I want to get a lorry. Like I say, I want the whole kit and caboodle with all of it. So I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.